So the next day for us, we got up early in the morning, we got our breakfast again, which was fantastic as always. Got to enjoy the view, but this time was the last time that we were there. There is a free wine tasting when you stay at this hotel, so even though I'm not a huge wine fan, Andrew doesn't really drink a lot of wine either, we wanted to make sure that we took advantage of that since we're in Italy anyway. On our way to the wine tasting. Buongiorno. It turns out we actually ended up getting to the wine tasting area a little bit too early. We had to wait for the bartender to serve us. Based on that, we actually ended up deciding to go back to the hotel and finish our packing since we didn't do that before breakfast. Our room is right there. Review. All packed up and ready to go. Wonderful shower. Nice little desk. Andrea. Beautiful. Little upstairs area. AC unit there. Little seating area. Some wine, little mini fridge in there. And then the bedroom. These nice wooden closets. Nice big comfy king-size bed. And a TV that shows TV shows in Italian. With a gorgeous view. Alright. Off to the wine tasting. And then off to Florence to catch the train to Cinque Terre.
Yeah, I'll try that. Okay. Bits of paper tend to disappear.
This was our travel day, so we had to catch a flight from, we had to catch a train from Florence to Levanto. And this is where things got a little bit more complicated for us. And this was always kind of like but this was always where I was kind of like worried about the travel days, when you don't have a car and you have to rely on public transit. Supposedly Italy, public transit's great and everything like that, but of course we got stuck, which I will tell you about in a little bit. But after we did the wine tasting, we had to drive back to Florence, return the car, and then hop on the train. That wasn't too bad. Once we returned the car, we had to take an Uber basically, or a taxi, to the train station in Florence, and from there that's where we picked up our train. Now I think we had two, I don't remember exactly, but I think we had like two crossovers or two exchanges of the trains that we had to get to Levanto, which is in the Cinque Terre, near the Cinque Terre region of Italy.
viaggiare con il massimo della flessibilità.
The first train we got, no problem. It ended up being close to Pisa. However, the next train we had an issue with. The next train, which we were supposed to get, of all the trains that were coming in, which I think was like 10 or 12 of them, ours was the only one that got canceled. And I have no idea why. That was supposed to be our nice luxury train. That was the one that I asked the gentleman that booked the trip for us to put us in on I know, not priority, but I guess business class, whatever the heck you want to call it, like the more expensive premium version of the seats. And of course, that one got canceled. And I don't know why. It just did. So I went up to the counter. This is the one guy that didn't speak English in all of Italy, and I was trying to talk with him. I basically just explained, trying to give my ticket and where we were going. He gave me some new tickets, and then we ended up having to go kind of like, at this point we were already near Pisa. We had to kind of backtrack to get another train at another connection on another train station, and then make our way back to Levanto. It ended up being a little bit of a mess, and I won't get into all of that because it was very frustrating for us. Finally, we made it. Actually, we were kind of like upset when we got to the hotel, but it ended up being okay. The hotel was very nice, and they picked us up at the seat, or they picked us up at the train station with their car. Just waiting for a taxi now. We got to see Levanto, and this was a drastic change from where we were. When you're talking about the hill towns versus these crowded coastal towns, way different type of atmosphere, way different type of scenery for sure. And but the hotel was really nice. It wasn't as nice as the previous hotel, but again, you have to remember that these places are really confined, and you just have to remember like where you are at this point. So you can't really necessarily compare the two. It's like apples and oranges kind of. But that being said, the hotel was still really nice. The guys were really nice, very helpful. They shuttle you down to the town whenever you want, which is great. You just have to wait for them. You just have to just organize with them. They're fantastic. They would pick you up whenever you need to. Thankfully, Andrea's cell phone had service, so we could actually call and get them to come pick us up. Otherwise, my phone was pretty much useless. Both my personal and my work phone, both useless. Both Verizon. Get your act together. With that being said, we managed to get to the hotel. We got to unwind a little bit. At this point, we added an extra almost like 2 hours to our trip that we weren't expecting. And I think we got there kind of late. So a lot of restaurants were kind of closed. A lot of them tend to close early in Italy from what we've seen. So because of that, we were very limited. Luckily, the hotel had a restaurant there. And to this day, that is still one of the best meals that I have ever had in Italy. The problem was I didn't film any of it. I didn't even take a picture of it. And I think it's because I was so frustrated at that point in time because we spent all that extra time to get there that I just wanted to eat. I was so hungry. And I think Andrea was too at that point. But I will tell you, that food, absolutely amazing. This was the Park Hotel in Levanto, and we really, really enjoyed that restaurant. That basically turned it around for us. I mean, it was a little frustrating in the beginning because there was some smoking there. If you stood outside, which is where we wanted, there was, well, for one, it was hot, but also there were some people smoking, or at least, you know, kind of like off on the side, but you can still get the whiff of it. And that is one thing that I will mention too now, since we're talking about it, or since I'm talking about it. People in Italy smoke a lot. Europeans in general smoke a lot. I don't understand it. It's kind of like, you know, when I walk around here in Cambridge, I can't go out the door without smelling weed or marijuana or something that is funky, or a vape or something like that. So at least a vape smells kind of fruity and nice. Marijuana just sucks. It's like that over there, except it's just cigarette smoke. Everybody was smoking. It was insane. It was nonsensical to me that all these health-conscious Europeans, and they're just sitting there smoking all the time. rant over. But the good thing was we managed to go back inside. We got to eat our great dinner and we got to relax for a little bit. And at that point we were able to get to bed and actually have like a nice relaxing night and get some good sleep because, like I said, we were tired. The train ride was pretty rough with that, a little frustrating with ours being the only train that got canceled. I think we just felt relaxed once we actually got there. I think at that point it was already like maybe 9 o'clock at night, give or take. Oh, lunch done. I'm going to actually break the video up into several videos over the course of the time because we were over there for like I think 10 days total, so it's a lot to shove into a YouTube video. So that being said, if you guys do like the channel, if you do like the videos I'm putting out, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe for future content, and of course, I hope you just enjoyed this video.